The Mail now and trans women aren't just taking over women's sports, they're also taking over adverts for women's sports gear, Nick.
Yeah, so this is Nike tells furious customers, be kind, be inclusive, as a response to backlash over paying trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney to promote sports bras, and customers have pledged to boycott it. And the story is about Sharon Davis saying, this is appalling, why is this happening, such a setback for women? And many people have said, why are they promoting this person who demeans women with these absurd act-outs, this absurd sort of demeaning, pretends to be a little girl and stuff? It's all disgusting and mad. Well, the reason is there are two big theories that I've heard. One is that it's just some sort of young millennial firm says, look, Dylan Mulvaney seems to get amazing numbers on the algorithm. Maybe we should hire them. And some executive goes, yeah, fine. That's one theory. The other one's more interesting. It's this thing, the Corporate Equity Index. I don't know if you've heard of it. Much like the Stonewall Workplace Equity Index, you essentially get points for being as deranged and leftist as possible. You remember the Stonewall thing that Stephen Nolan investigated? He found it to be basically a pyramid scheme. James Lindsay has called this US equivalent an extortion racket, and that in itself is run by something called the Human Rights Campaign, which turns out to be one of these sort of lefty organisations that has a charitable wing funded by all the usual Democrats. So it started in 2008. So it's this weird thing, this point system for being diverse. So companies are rewarded for this kind of rubbish.
So that's why Bud Light, all these companies, all these mainstream companies. I mean, Bud Light, for example, you wouldn't expect its drinkers would really be, aligned with Dylan Mulvaney so much. They're using Dylan Mulvaney in their adverts. We've actually got the Nike advert here to play.
Oh, we go.
So they're...
it's a caricature, and for women, they find it very offensive.
That is just what a woman's like.
Yeah.
That's
a women's sport. But do you remember all the adverts, like women run like this? There was this brilliant advert, and it was like girls run like this, and it was like girls running like...
That's what girls run
like a normal human being. And that's a caricature, and it's offensive to women. Also,
no, it's not. That's just what women are like.
Yeah, well, when Nike is pulling its funding from actual female athletes because they get pregnant and reducing funding by 70% or whatever. But look, you mentioned Bud Light. Now companies are stopping stocking it. You mentioned Nike now. I'm glad that I'm a New Balance person. And... because that's the only thing you can do is boycott them and show that I would buy presents from Body Shop, but Body Shop was disgraceful with a tweet it sent out about J.K. Rowling. Yeah. Innocent Drinks, they also did a thing. They banned a woman just because someone said, oh, she's a TERF, so they
automatically.
So there's a lot of products that I just don't use anymore.
Just one thing, though, I think New Balance are pro-Trump. Sorry to ruin it for you.
Well, just Nike actually came out and responded to some of the angry women who are furious. They said they told angry women who are furious about a biological male advertising their gear, saying, be kind, be inclusive. Yeah. And I see this language, this be kind, be inclusive language, being used it used to be used as a shield to protect people. Now it's being used as a sword to attack people.
The people I saw first use it were Cool Knights and whatever. And since then, anybody who says be kind online, certainly, are usually the thickest, most evil, nasty people. I can't even swear, so I don't want to get into it. But they are, and thus the biggest hypocrites of it. The most vicious people of it. And by the way, I just want to say one more thing Nike has also. This is the second trans, and Dylan Mulvaney is a biological man, still hasn't transitioned. So the idea that they've designed this product for women, for biological women, for their breasts to help them play sport, and they've just given it to biological man to advertise to use is ridiculous. What does that say about their product?
A sports bra to hold somebody who doesn't have breasts.
But the other trans star, the first person they've ever sort of done before this, in 2021 they launched for Mara Gomez. She plays in the Argentina's professional football league. So they basically, by sponsoring someone who's in professional sports on a women's team, they're basically saying we endorse cheating.
Yeah.
That's what they've done. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say the message is be kind, be inclusive. Unless you're a woman, then shut up and stop complaining. Right? That's basically what they're saying.
That sums up the last 5 years.
The patriarchy's back, baby. The patriarchy's back.